She said she was just picking up groceries. So why is she heading into the wealthiest part of town at 10 p.m.? Damien gripped the steering wheel tighter, watching as the nanny, Chloe, walked confidently down a rain-slicked street, heels tapping, paper bags in both hands. She didn't look around, didn't hesitate, just kept walking as if she belonged in a world lined with mansions, polished Bentleys, and marble driveways. Damien stayed back, far enough not to be seen, but close enough to track her. He'd hired Chloe only 3 weeks ago to care for his daughter, and something about her never quite added up. She was too polished, too poised. A resume with holes, no references he could verify, and yet his daughter adored her. And now, after catching her lie about running errands, he was determined to find out who she really was. She turned onto a quiet cul-de-sac, street lamps flickering above rows of pristine homes. Damien pulled to the curb, cut the engine, and stepped out, rain misting on his coat. He followed on foot, his eyes locked on the woman ahead. She walked up to a large estate, paused at the gate, and waved her hand over a biometric scanner. It clicked open instantly. Damien's heart jumped. What kind of nanny has access to a gated mansion? He whispered to himself. She entered without knocking. The door opened for her, and just before it closed, he saw it. A man in a wheelchair, waiting in the foyer, smiling as she arrived. He crossed the street and crept closer, staying hidden behind the shrubs. Through the tall windows, he saw her gently setting the bags on the counter, removing warm food containers, and pulling out medication bottles. She knelt beside the man, older, frail, with a military insignia blanket over his legs. She checked his pulse, adjusted his oxygen line, and then did something Damien never expected. She kissed his forehead and whispered, "You're still my hero." The man grinned, clearly comforted. Chloe then sat beside him and began reading aloud from an old journal, her voice soft, steady, full of love. Damien's breath caught. This wasn't an affair. This wasn't some criminal scheme. This was personal. Slowly, quietly, he backed away from the window and walked back to his car, confused and ashamed. The next day, he didn't mention what he'd seen. But curiosity burned hotter than guilt, so he ran a background search, not on her, but on the man she visited. What he found stunned him. Lieutenant Colonel James Granger. Retired, highly decorated. Fought overseas, lost both sons in combat. No surviving family, lives alone under hospice care. And the last registered visitor to his home, Chloe Granger. She wasn't just a nanny, she was his granddaughter, and the only person who hadn't abandoned him. Later that evening, as she tucked in Damien's daughter with her usual warmth, he asked quietly, "Do you mind if I ask where you go after work?" Chloe froze. "To take care of someone I love," she said. He nodded gently. "I know." Her eyes widened. "You followed me?" He nodded. "I thought you were hiding something." "Turns out you were." She didn't get angry, she just looked tired. "He raised me after my parents died. He used to carry me on his shoulders, march through the woods pretending we were on secret missions. Now, I carry him." She paused. "He didn't want anyone to know. Said pity felt worse than pain." Damien swallowed the lump in his throat. "I'm sorry, I had no right." She shook her head. "You had every right to protect your daughter. I would have done the same, but next time, just ask." That moment changed everything. Chloe wasn't just a caretaker, she was a quiet warrior. A granddaughter honoring the man who'd once fought for the world. And now she fought for him in silence, without recognition, every single night. The next week, Damien made sure she had flexible hours, paid leave, and transportation, not because she asked, but because he saw. And one evening, when he dropped off a care package at the colonel's home, the older man saluted him and whispered, "You've got a good one, watching over your girl." Damien smiled. "Yeah, I do. So don't assume secrets are shameful. Sometimes the quietest people carry the heaviest burdens. For love, for honor, for family." Before we wrap up, we'd love to know, where in the world are you watching from? Drop your city or country in the comments and let's see how far this story has reached. If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and drop a karma in the comments below.